What do you think about how people think differently so they can find smartest way to use AI effectively, where most people don't notice it?
So the super hack that allows people to get the most value out of AI actually comes up to here. It comes down to their attitude, right? A person that has an optimistic attitude about life, let's forget about AI. A person who has an optimistic attitude towards life will find opportunities.
Okay.
The same thing applies with AI. A person that has an optimistic attitude towards AI will also find opportunities, right? There's lots of attitudes that they all take place in the mind. Another one, for example, is a sense of ownership. So let's say you come to use the AI and it gives you a poor outcome.
Okay.
Now, in that moment, you have two choices. You can either shoot the AI and say the AI is rubbish, or you can take ownership and say, maybe the problem was with me. Maybe the way that I spoke to the AI, the instruction that I gave it, was lacking in clarity some way or the other. Maybe I didn't give it enough information. Now, those improvements you will only discover if you have a sense of ownership, right? So we've got optimism, we've got sense of ownership, we've got the idea of looking at the AI as a collaborator rather than a competitor, right? Curiosity. What's curiosity? Curiosity is inside your head. You're always asking the question, I wonder what would happen, right? I wonder if it can do this. Let me try. I wonder if I changed it like this, what would happen?
Okay.
The main point here is that the super hack is not in the tech.
It's about curiosity, how you think.
It's about how you think. It's about how you look at it. It's about how you approach it.
Okay. You previously described AI as a cognitive co-pilot. Could you explain me how it looks like in practice?
So AI as a cognitive co-pilot, how does that look in practice? I want you to think about how you go on about life, generally speaking. What you will find, if you're honest with yourself, is that you're always having conversations with yourself, right? Even right now, whilst I'm talking to you, and it looks like we're having an intense conversation, there are moments where I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Right? And if we look at our entire day and our entire life, it's happening all the time. It's continuous, the conversations we have with ourselves. Now, Steve Jobs, I think it's Steve Jobs at least, is famous for saying that when you're hiring people, you should hire people that are higher levels than you. You don't want to hire people that are lower levels than you. When you hire people that are higher level than you, they raise you up.
Yeah.
When you hire lower than you, you end up spending all of your time trying to raise them up. So if I'm having a conversation with myself, both of us are at the same level. Me, let's say this side of me is having a conversation with this side of me. We're both at the same level. So all we're doing is just two people at the same level speaking with each other. Now, let's just imagine one of them actually is a specialist in some topic or the other. And now I have a conversation with that specialist.
Okay.
That specialist is going to take me up hundreds of levels. Now, imagine if I surround myself by specialists in every aspect of my life. I surround myself with specialists in law, in marketing, in entrepreneurship, in coding, if I'm a coder, marketing, whatever it is. So instead of me having these conversations with myself, trying to figure out how to overcome the challenges of life, I have them with a thinking partner, with a cognitive co-pilot that is far more advanced than me. And the more agentic AI becomes, the more of the burden of not just thinking about things, but thinking about things deeply and actually taking action becomes more and more possible. So the question you're asking, that all the different general purpose AI bots out there, how do we can able to judge between them in terms of quality if you want to have these types of cognitive conversations,
right? For sure.
So it varies a lot. So you have, even within one solution provider, you have different levels. So back in the day when we really started with ChatGPT 3.5, then we had 4, then we had 4.0, and now we're reaching all the way to the reasoning models like O1 and O3 on the OpenAI side. Then on Claude, we have the 3.7 range, including their deep research and so on. Ultimately, there's two categories that you have to look at. One is called short horizon reasoning, and the other is long horizon reasoning. So when you're having these discussions, that's the first thing. Is it a discussion whereby you want to make a ginormous plan that has 100 steps? In that case, you have to be looking at the reasoning models, like O3. If you're looking at these short conversations where you just need to solve a problem, you just need to figure out questions, you just need to make an edit, you just need to get another opinion, all of this now you're going into the short horizon models. And for those, different ones have different models are valuable in different ways. So many people will know, for example, that for their writing tasks, they prefer to use Claude. For everyday kind of just like typical consumer interactions, people prefer ChatGPT. My personal default is using Gemini 2.5. That's my personal default for almost all of my interactions. And then from time to time, I will deviate in order to benefit from something else.
That's cool.